What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ace. This is Fantasized Football. We back again with some more fantasy football content for y'all. Not just me, my boy in the background over here. And of course, it is Friday. We are bringing y'all another mock draft as we have been for the past couple of weeks. But before we kick that off, real quick, wanted to say thank you for all the love and support. And if you're new, thank you for coming by, spending some time with me. Really means the world to me. Can't put it into words. And I don't even know if I said this. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. If you listen on the podcast, hey, what's up? You can't see me, but you can feel me. But anyways, we're doing another mock draft today, and I was requested to do this specifically by one of my listeners. Really appreciate that, homie. But yeah, we're doing a 2 QB league today, half PPR, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, a tight end, and 2 flexes. Shorten the bench down to 5 bench spots because I don't want this video to go on forever. But yeah, man, without further ado, let's get into it. Real quick, do want to mention my socials will be down in the description, Instagram and Twitter. If you do want to follow me on there, we have a lot of fun. So didn't have a specific draft spot, so let's go ahead and randomize this bad boy. Don't want to pick somewhere I've picked before. 6, we've done that. First, we've done that. 4th, sure, let's do 4th. That's fine with me. So, all right, this is 2 QBs, so obviously we do want to prioritize quarterback a little bit more. I do want to walk out with 3 quarterbacks, but it isn't going to change my draft strategy too much because I am okay with walking out with my QB1 being like Jalen Hurts, Matt Stafford, somebody like that, unless somebody else falls at a value to us. So before we get into our picks, let's pull up our rosters real quick, and let's look at the draft board. So first 3 picks go Patrick Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry. This is half PPR. So Derrick Henry at the 103 really would be the second pick in a normal non-1 QB league. Fine with me, but let's open this up a bit. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So we have Dalvin Cook, Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara, and then we have Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, and Dak Prescott at quarterback. All the wide receivers, all the tight ends available. For me here, I am going to take a running back still. I'm not going to use my first round pick on a quarterback. I do understand why. You want to have that positional advantage in a 2 QB league. But for me, I'm okay with waiting a little bit. So it's a no-brainer, half PPR, full PPR. I'm going with Dalvin Cook here. I do like Saquon Barkley a lot, but Dalvin Cook for me is the guy. He showed us last season why he justifies that early first-round capital, and that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go with Dalvin Cook as my running back 1. So after we go with Dalvin Cook, we see Alvin Kamara, Travis Kelce, Devontae Adams, Saquon Barkley, Tyreek Hill, Josh Allen and Kyler Murray, and Stephon Diggs round out the first round. And then the second round goes A.J. Brown, Lamar, Dak, DeAndre Hopkins, Jonathan Taylor, Calvin Ridley, Aaron Jones, and Nick Chubb finishing off before it gets to us in the second round. So all the big-time quarterbacks are off the board, unfortunately. So right here, I'm probably not going to take a quarterback, but I am probably going to take at least one in my next round. Make sure I lock in a guy I'm comfortable with being my QB1. So I have a decision to make here. We do have Dalvin Cook. Ezekiel Elliott is still available. Cam Akers, Austin Eckler. But then we do have DK Metcalf, Justin Jefferson, Michael Thomas, all available at wide receiver. So for me, Justin Jefferson, I believe, is my wide receiver 6. And Ezekiel Elliott is my running back in half PPR. I think I have him above Eckler. Yeah, I do in half PPR. I think he's probably running back 7. So they're lined up perfectly. Me personally, you guys know how I like to do it. I want to get my running backs early and often. So I am going to go ahead and smash the draft button on Ezekiel Elliott. Starting off Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott. 2 QBs, 1 QBs, 10 QBs. I like that start a lot. And then we see, after we make our pick, go over to the draft board, we see Aaron Rodgers, Joe Mixon, Najee Harris round out the second round. Third round starts with Cam Akers, J.K. Dobbins, and then DK Metcalf. So easy for me here too. Like I said, I do want to get a quarterback because if I don't take a quarterback here, I do expect Russell Wilson, Herbert, Hurts, Brady, Stafford, Burrow to probably all come off the board. Maybe Burrow's still there. But I'm looking at wide receiver. Justin Jefferson is still there, and it's so tempting. So is Eckler. Oh, my God. Oh, this hurts me. This pains me. 2 QBs, super flex. It's tough, man, because the value does fall. But I feel confident that on my next swing of picks, I can get a good wide receiver 1 and maybe a wide receiver 2 or my running back 3, my first flex. This is 3 receivers, so I probably am going to want to lean a little more towards wide receiver. But I'm going to take Russell Wilson here. My highest quarterback still available. Russell Wilson, Justin Herbert, kind of a toss-up for some. For me, I'm leaning towards Russell Wilson with the rushing upside and just the consistency with him, the efficiency. Justin Herbert, like I mentioned in our earlier video this week on a Julio Jones one, if you haven't checked that out, check it out, talking about Julio Jones, my favorite landing spots. Justin Herbert may or may not have came up in that video. New offensive coordinator and whatnot, so just erring on the side of caution. So after Russell Wilson, we see Matt Stafford come off, Austin Eckler, Darren Waller, Antonio Gibson, Justin Jefferson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, George Kittle, Keenan Allen round out the third round, and then Terry McLaurin, Allen Robinson, DeAndre Swift, Michael Thomas, Julio Jones, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Herbert, and David Montgomery come off. Now, I expected more QBs to go for sure. We still have Jalen Hurts, Tom Brady, Burrow still available, and a lot of running backs went. And we still have Mike Evans, Amari Cooper, Chris Godwin, Robert Woods on the board, and tight end Hawkinson still available, Mark Andrews. They actually moved Hawkinson above Mark Andrews. Well, you must have been watching my videos. But anyways, so I don't mind going Jalen Hurts here if you want to lock in a really strong second starting quarterback. But I'm okay with like Kirk Cousins or Trevor Lawrence or, whoever to be my quarterback too. I'm not too concerned about that. So I'm going to take one wide receiver here for sure. I'm going to go with Amari Cooper of the Dallas Cowboys to be my wide receiver 1. I do got Zeke as well, but this is going to be a high octane offense. I expect them to score the ball a lot, so I'm not too worried about having Zeke and Amari Cooper. Probably won't go with any more Cowboys, but these two, I'm okay with that. And now we're looking back over here, and we got our team right now. Dalvin Cook, I just realized I have 3 guys, week 7 buys, which actually I don't hate. Just a little side note. I don't mind having a bunch of guys on one buy. I'd rather just take the beating in that 1 week and have my full lineup every other week, honestly. So we got Cook, Dalvin Cook, Zeke, and then we went Russell Wilson and Amari Cooper. Now, we are in the 5th round, and I see Robert Woods is available and Chris Carson, 2 guys that I absolutely love. Hawkinson's still there, but Joe Burrow's still here. And this is 2 QBs. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play into the format, and I'm going to take Joe Burrow because I do have him in a tier above Ryan Tannehill and all these other cats. They give me a value pick. Thank you, Fantasy Pros. I appreciate that. And if I didn't mention, I don't think I did in the beginning, we are using the Fantasy Pros Draft Simulator. This thing's awesome. Use it if you haven't. It is really fun. So after we go with Joe Burrow, we see Robert Woods, Adam Thielen, Matt Ryan, Ryan Tannehill, Trevor Lawrence, DJ Moore, Chris Carson, Daniel Jones come off the board. See, the quarterbacks are drying up. And then started the 6th round, we see Josh Jacobs, Mike Davis, Tyler Lockett, Myles Gaskin, Kenny Galladay, Kareem Hunt, Cooper Kupp, and Deontay Johnson come off the board. So hop over to the cheat sheet. These are really deep starting lineups in this league with 3 receivers and 2 flexes. So we are going to be weak at some spots, but I'm really not too concerned. So here, I am definitely going to be drafting at least 1 wide receiver and probably another running back when it comes back to fill one of my flexes. Just get some depth at the position. But anyways, we scroll down a little bit. I see the wide receiver I like. We have Brandon Ayuk here, Odell, T. Higgins, Cortland Sutton, Jamar Chase, DJ Chark, Chase Claypool, Juju. There's actually a few wide receivers I still like here. And then at running back, ETN, Chase Edmonds, Melvin Gordon, Raheem Mostert, James Robinson, Ronald Jones, Javonte Williams. So I'm actually looking here, and at wide receiver, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 guys I'd be okay with. And then at running back, it's really just 2 guys that I like as my running back 3 here in this kind of format. So you know what? I'm actually going to pivot, and I'm going to take one of these running backs because I don't expect many of them to be on the board still. And I'm going to go with Travis Etienne. I have given Travis Etienne some flack. We got a slight reach, whatever. I don't care. I have given Travis Etienne some flack just because I don't know how involved he's going to be in the running game. But we've seen apparently he's been lining up in the slot and whatnot, so that's great news. This is catches count, and we got another week 7 bye. We are going to get the shit kicked out of us on week 7, but that's fine. But we don't have to focus on quarterback. We can look at a tight end. TJ Hawkinson is still available. But we only got to start at tight end. The positional advantage of tight end isn't as important here because we have to start 3 wide receivers, 2 flexes, 2 running backs every week. So a combination of 7 running backs and wide receivers. So I want to get a third wide, or at least a wide receiver 2 that I'm comfortable with here. And the guy for me is Courtland Sutton of the Denver Broncos in half PPR. We saw what he could do 2 seasons ago. He was hurt last year, but I expect a big bounce back season from him. And there is always the possibility that Aaron Rodgers ends up in Denver. And if that happens, then God bless us, right? So we're going to flip back over to our draft board here and what happened after we went with Courtland Sutton, right? We see Baker Mayfield, Ryan Fitzpatrick. No. That's my QB3, dude. Oh, man, that hurts. Chase Edmonds, TJ Hawkinson, Javonte Williams, Jamar Chase, Curtis Samuel, James Robinson. Round out the 7th round. And then the 8th round, DJ Chark, Juju, Robbie Anderson, Deebo Samuel, Devonta Smith, Brandon Cooks, Trey Sermon, Melvin Gordon. And now we're up at the 809. So we got 2 strong running backs. We got Travis Etienne in our flex. We got Amari Cooper and Courtland Sutton, 2 guys I'm very confident in as our wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2. We're locked in with our 2 starting quarterbacks week in and week out. And then we can just go out and get a third guy to come in on bye weeks, or God forbid there's an injury or whatever. So I have another pick in 7 picks. At running back, I see Raheem Mostert, Ronald Jones, Damian Harris, David Johnson, Leonard Fournette, Zach Moss, James Conner. Then at wide receiver, Will Fuller, Tyler Boyd, Jerry Jeudy, Jarvis Landry. Scroll down a bit, Devontae Parker. Anybody that sticks out here, really? No, not in particular. All right. So for me here, this is half PPR, correct? I am actually going to go ahead and I'm going to take my 3rd wide receiver. There are some tight ends I like, but Dallas Goedert in particular, but I am going to wait on that a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Tyler Boyd, wide receiver, Cincinnati Bengals, to be my wide receiver 3. Safe floor with Tyler Boyd. I expect his role to not change too much in the offense with the addition of Jamar Chase. I still think he'll be relevant. I have that connection with Joe Burrow and Tyler Boyd, which is nice as well. So I feel good with him as my wide receiver 3. And now our starting lineup's almost completely filled up. So we got to look here and make a decision. Now, Dallas Goedert's still there. And Dallas Goedert, I have a tier above all these other guys. Irv Smith, I believe. No. I'm sorry. Is Irv Smith my next highest guy? Irv Smith might be my next highest guy after that. So that's a pretty big drop off for me. And then James Conner's there, who I love, and I do. You guys know how I am. I want to make sure I have good running backs locked in. And then Jerry Jeudy, Jarvis Landry, Antonio Brown down here. We don't have a pick for 17 picks. You know what? I'm going to sacrifice my last flex spot being a little iffy in order to get Dallas Goedert, one of my guys that I like at tight end, that I think has the potential to kind of be a step above the rest of tight end, and the step above the rest of the guys available, at least at tight end, which you love to see, getting that there at what round was that? In the 9th round. Great value on Dallas Goedert, actually. But so after we go with Dallas Goedert, we see Robert Tonyan, Jarvis Landry, Michael Carter, Zach Moss, Irv Smith, Michael Gallup, Jerry Jeudy, Logan Thomas, Tua, Jalen Waddle, Tony Pollard, Carson Wentz, Justin Fields, Jameis Winston, Cole Beasley, and Devontae Parker. And you know what I just realized? Hey, you know what I just realized? Yep, exactly. That's it. James Conner is still available, baby, to be my RB4. Yeah. James Conner. Bam. Slight reach. So there's an 83% chance he was still available in my next piece. Well, they would have... Whatever. All right, so anyways, after we take James Conner, we see boom. Leonard Fournette, Kirk Cousins. I was hoping Kirk Cousins would fall a little bit more to me. Marquise Brown, Marvin Jones, Corey Davis, Michael Pittman come off the board to finish off to where we're at now. And so I do have 4 running backs that I feel comfortable with. I don't want to start James Conner every week, and I do need some depth on my bench, so I am going to look at a wide receiver here, a guy that I can slot. Oh, yeah, baby. You know what I'm doing already. You guys saw it, I'm sure. But we want a guy that we can feel comfortable putting in our lineup on bye weeks at wide receiver, because we only have 3 receivers right now. And a guy that we can put in our flex week in and week out if we want to. And that, for me, is none other than Antonio Brown at the major discount. It's a major discount in this format. as our wide receiver 4 on the roster. Very easy for me. I know I draft them all the time, but like, oh, that's no bueno. That's no bueno. That's no bueno. Oh no, that's no bueno. Uh-oh, Cheerios. So I think we'll be all right though. I'll talk about it in a second. So after I go Antonio Brown, we see Laviska Shenault, Latavius Murray, Kenyon Drake, Darnell Mooney, A.J. Dillon, Mecole Hardman, James White, Gus Edwards round out the 11th, and then the 12th, Devin Singletary, Tariq Cohen, Tyler Higbee, Nyheim Hines, Ben Roethlisberger, Cam Newton, Sam Darnold. I was going to go with Sam Darnold as my QB3 just because I think there's a lot of upside there, but Mike Williams goes after that. That's fine. I'm not too worried about it. Now, back over to the cheat sheet. All right, so is he here? Oh, did he get drafted? Oh, Justin Fields got drafted. Ew. Yuck, dude. That sucks. That sucks. But anyways, that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. There is still guys that I'm okay with as my QB3 sitting around here. There's actually 2 of them. That's fine. So anyways, let's look here. I do want to get one more running back, and I do want to bolster up at wide receiver a little bit. But running back's going to run dry after this. I have a pick in 7 picks, so hopefully one of the quarterbacks I'm okay with being my QB3 falls back to me. All right, let's do it. I'm taking Jamal Williams. And if you wanted to, just little spoiler alert, I would have taken Derek Carr. Derek Carr would have been my QB3. So if you're watching this, you might want to go a few rounds earlier on the QB and wait around and maybe pass on your wide receiver 4 or wait on tight end or pass on your running back 4 and lock up that third QB earlier. But I got faith in Joe Burrow and Russell Wilson, so I'm okay with waiting a little bit. And Jamal Williams comes in as our RB5. Rounded out. I'm done with running back now, and let's look at the draft board. Hopefully one of our guys fell to us. They did. Beautiful. Oh, no. Oh, damn it. So after we go Jamal Williams, T.Y., Derek Carr comes off. Jamison Crowder, Philip Lindsay, Tevin Coleman, Alexander Madison come off. And now we're here in the 13th round. Let's scroll down a wee bit here. We got 2 rounds left after this. Cheat sheet. Got to take a quarterback here. Got to make sure I get a third starter. And it's between Jared Goff and Zach Wilson for me here. I think the Lions are going to have to throw the ball a lot, and Jared Goff could have some blow-up weeks. You know what? I'll just take Jared Goff. I know what I'm getting with Jared Goff. I mean, you're going to have to throw the ball a lot. He's my QB3 anyways. I'm not going to be starting him week in and week out. That's fine. And if – oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So after we go Jared Goff, we see, oh, man, what a run on running back. Darrell Henderson, Javian Hawkins, J.D. McKissick, Jeff Wilson, who is on the PUP list. Don't draft Jeff Wilson. He's going to be on the waivers. Rashad Penny, Damian Williams, Anthony McFarland, Darrell Williams, and then start the 14th, Zach Wilson, Sony Michel, Jerick McKinnon, Marlon Mack, Kenneth Gainwell, LaMichael Pirine, Gio, and Carlos Hyde. Now, let's go over here, switch over here. We do need wide receiver depth. We need some more wide receivers, but there is one guy I see here, and I'm just going to, you know what? I'm just going to do it. If this is, I don't mind having 4 quarterbacks in this kind of format. Obviously, we'll have more bench spots in most places. I just didn't want this mock to be 45 minutes. So I'm going to take Trey Lance here as my QB4. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? If he once he does become the starter, there is so much upside there. He could be a weekly starter. Could use him as trade bait as well, or trade one of the other guys to fill in a wide receiver spot, whatever it may be. But yeah, man, let's switch over here to the draft board. Wrap this up real quick. So after we go Trey Lance, we see Salvon Ahmed, Chuba Hubbard, Benny Snell, and then the 15th round, John Brown, Nelson Aguilar, Jimmy Garoppolo. We're on our last pick here, and I'm going to go ahead and I am going to snag one more wide receiver. And, geez, I draft Rashad Bateman every time. So let's go with Gabriel Davis, wide receiver of the Buffalo Bills. To wrap it up, give us our final wide receiver. We got an A-. Nice, man. All right, so let's look at the team real quick. Our QBs, Russell Wilson and Joe Burrow. Running backs, Dalvin Cook, Ezekiel Elliott. Wide receivers, Amari Cooper, Courtland Sutton, Tyler Boyd. Our tight ends, Dallas Goedert. Our flexes are Travis Etienne and James Conner. Could slide in Antonio Brown there. Then we have Jamal Williams as our running back 5. Jared Goff and Trey Lance as backup quarterbacks. And then Gabe Davis as our wide receiver. Now, just real quick, some guys I would be targeting in the next few rounds. If I can still see this, which I believe I can. Okay. Oh, yeah, I can. Okay. So if Rashad Bateman goes, I'd be looking at guys like Russell Gage, especially right now, if you're drafting really early, I think his draft price will go up. Once Julio Jones is gone, I'd be looking at him. Terrace Marshall, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Paris Campbell, Bashad Perryman. You look a little further down on here if you're going real deep. Amari Rodgers, if Aaron Rodgers sticks around, guys like that. And then running backs, there's not really many here. I would like to lock up these running backs already. And if you wanted to go with like a backup tight end, you see Gesicki's there, Blake Jarwin, Austin Hooper, guys like that. And then a quarterback, it's all pretty much dried up. All the starters are gone. So we did all right. This is my first time doing one of these mocks. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. If it worked for you. One thing I would mention is you might want to get that QB3 a little bit earlier if you are in 2 quarterback leagues than I did, because I waited until round 13. I could have gone around earlier and taken Derek Carr, or 2 rounds earlier instead of taking James Conner 3 rounds earlier, and taking Kirk Cousins or Sam Darnold or whoever it may be, just to lock in that guy. Justin Fields will probably fall around there too. So you want to make sure you have 3 quarterbacks, because you are having your bye weeks in a 12-team league. Not everyone can have 3 quarterbacks, so you want to make sure you're one of the guys that has them. And if there is a value rookie there, like Trey Lance, it's great to grab him, because then you can use that player or one of the other quarterbacks on your roster as trade bait for somebody that needs a quarterback, whether their quarterback goes down, they need someone to fill on bye weeks, whatever it is. But let me know down in the comments what y'all thought of this team, what you would have done differently, any mock drafts you'd love to see in the future. I love doing mock drafts that people ask for, certain picks, certain formats, whatever it is. It's just cool, man. It's fun doing it that way. But yeah, this is what I got for y'all today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, as always, leave a like on the video, leave a comment. Like I said, let me know what you would have done differently, video ideas you want to see in the future, all that good stuff. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you are listening in the podcast version, hop on over to YouTube, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Help your boy hit his goal of 100 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the fantasy football season. Thank you all so much for spending some time with me. As always, like I always say, it means the absolute world to me, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And with all that out of the way, thank you, love you, peace.